What's going on, guys? Brock with Bassin227 back here again with another video for you today. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Plano Edge tackle box. I got a couple of them that we'll be talking about. Got the jig box, and just the standard 3700. Used these two trays in particular for this past year. Definitely going to be upgrading what I got left to these, but I've been using Plano products, period, for a very long time. They're based out of Plano, Illinois, which is fairly local to where I'm at, being in central Illinois. So I really like to be able to, one, not only support good quality products, but also be able to support a company that's fairly local to me. So always been a big fan of Plano, and I think with these Edge tackle trays, they've done their homework and what they did, and they really hit the ball out of the park with these. So I'll just use the jig box here just to kind of start off. So what are some of the key features that you're going to get out of these? So right off the bat, clear see-through top. You're going to get a lot more clear visibility into what you've got inside your tackle trays, which a lot of times is fairly convenient for me. Sometimes I'm just skimming and it's a little bit easier to be able to see, oh, do I want that? Nope, versus taking the time to get into the tackle tray and really look and see. So there's that as a pretty big advantage. You know, another aspect is this one latch system. To be able to open it. To me, it's extremely easy. One hand system, right? Pop it open, pull, flip it up, and there you go. Also on the latch, you've got a spot here where you can label exactly you know, what you want to put in there. I haven't messed around too much with labeling because with only going with two, I know exactly what's in there at this point. But you know, opening this up and looking at the insides of what we've got going on here. So one of the key components here is this water wick. So if water gets in here, it's going to help suck away that moisture and extra water that gets within the tackle trays. The whole tray itself is built with restrictor. So if you don't know what restrictor is, basically it helps in preventing rust on hooks, mainly for, you know, crankbaits, terminal tackle, whatever you're putting. So that's another good component to this. Obviously something a little bit different with the jig box is it's got the slats here. You know, you can pull a jig out, slide it back in. For the most part, it holds it in place. If I were to just turn it upside down, a lot of my bigger jigs, heavier jigs are going to stay put, but some of the smaller ones over here, they will likely fall out, which is okay by me. It's not a complaint that I have. I like the fact that it helps keep things very organized. And as you can see, not much of a big color selection here. Black and blues, green pumpkins. That's about it. So that's going to do it for this one. Another feature that I want to look at or talk about here. So same thing, clear see-through top, one hand latch, open it up. Got your moisture wick right here. Added divider in this process here, so it's great. Another thing that I find extremely convenient is the dividers are all pre-cut. So there's no more spending time to take and have to cut each side and cut it right so it'll slide right in. These things already come out of the package pre-cut. You slide them in, you're good to go. Again, all restrictor, even the tabs, restrictor built into it. It's been a great tackle box, and you know, for a 3700 size, it's been pretty good storage. I mean, I've got most of basically my square bills in here of what's been working. I've got some new ones here that we'll definitely be talking about. The Ozuri big fan of these if you haven't checked these out, but we'll have another video for those. And then of course some KVD 1.0 square bills that just perform flawlessly for me. So that's kind of the quick rundown of what's in these trays, what these trays offer. If I have to find one main complaint, and I was in the camp that I did not want to spend a bunch of money on, you know, a tackle tray like this. You know, you got like Bass Mafia, you know, they're kind of the same concept. I really did not want to spend the money to have a tackle tray like that. To me, I wanted to always keep it simple and not really think too much and be mindful for my money. So if I have to look at a price point, that's where I feel like it kind of falls through the cracks per se, and is going to be a hindrance to some people. And it's going to range, I believe it's anywhere from like $25 to about $50 if you got the 3700 terminal tackle tray. But with that being said, when you think about what you're storing in these trays, and I look, for example, here with my square bills. Think about what you've got invested for what's inside that tackle tray. I mean, there's not a lot of crankbaits in here right now because I've got to restock, but I mean, there's a decent amount of crankbaits in here. And generally at the start of the season, this thing's going to be completely packed full. And I'm going to have more than what I spent on this tackle tray in crankbaits in here, you know. And same with my jigs, I've got more in jigs than what I paid for that. And when I start switching over my jerk baits, my top waters and all that, I'm gonna have more money in baits than I will with what I've spent on that. And think about as well, you know, you're gonna have split rings that'll rust, you'll have hooks that'll rust, and then you're constantly having to buy replacement hooks and split rings and all that. And of course, that's the extreme, right? I mean, that's not going to be the norm all the time, but you know, I did find before using these, I did run into rust issues, and the entire year that I've used this, I haven't had rust issues. So while it's a negative for the price, being a long-term investment and really taking care of what it is you're putting in these and the amount of money that's spent on tackle, it's really not a bad investment, in my opinion. I think the quality for it speaks for itself. I mean, I've dropped these things. I've kind of kicked them around, not on purpose, but I mean, the durability is there too. So you're getting what you're paying out of this. So be mindful of that. You know, understand that it is going to be an investment, but when you think of the long term and spending your money on tackle and everything else, to me, it's a no-brainer. So guys, I think that's going to go ahead and do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys check it out. I'm curious if you've got any, let me know, you know, what's your thoughts? You know, is it worth spending that much money for? Is it easier just sticking with the generic tackle trays? And, you know, I get that. If it is, then nothing wrong with that. It's still going to work. So, going to be continuing to pump out the content. I've got another video lined up, probably either tomorrow, Friday, that we're going to put out. I've got some Yozuri baits that I've been extremely impressed with from this past year, so I'm going to talk about those. But, you know, really looking to continue to grow and, you know, keep getting people on board and getting the train rolling. This is something that I have fun with, and I love being able to sit and talk and give my input on certain products and things like that. So, you know, hopefully you guys do the same. If you like what you see, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, hit the like button, and stay tuned for more. You know, I want to be able to keep growing and, you know, be able to provide, you know, my input on things to maybe be something, a thought that's maybe a little bit different than everything else that you're seeing out there. So really appreciate you guys taking the time. 2021's on the roll. Hoping for a good year this year. Likely there's going to be a channel name change for me. I haven't quite decided yet, but that's kind of the path that I'm thinking about looking at, but there's going to be more on that as we go. So if there's anything you guys want to see in future videos, make sure you comment down below, and till next time, guys, peace.